Hey you guys, so I have a coaster here which is a terrazzo, and I'm gonna try and sand this and show you just how quickly it is to use a power tool. And as you can see, it's just basically, oops, the light is a bit bad here. You can see it doesn't really show much. So we're trying to make the terrazzo chips pop, and we can do this by sanding. And most of you guys know that sanding by hand is really tough on you, especially if you have multiple items that you need to sand. So I am gonna speed up the video because it's gonna take a few minutes and it's a long time to just sit and watch. So I'm gonna speed it up, but in general, it doesn't really take more than 5 minutes to actually do it. And it depends a lot on how much you wanted to show. And I did an earlier video where I showed you a different sander, which is this one. This is a 7.5 orbital sander, so it's 7.5 centimeters in diameter, but this one is air powered. And I'm in a workshop, so I do have air available, so I simply just, I love this one, I can't live without it. But I actually took the chance and bought an electrical sander as well as just normal electricity. And this one is even smaller. This is a 5 centimeter orbital sander, and as it makes quite a lot of noise, and this too, this is not something that you use in your living room or something. At least not if you want your husband or whoever to sit and watch TV. It's not going to happen. So let's quickly just talk about grids. So this, I use very different grids, and I've heard a lot of people talk about that it will have scratch marks when you're done. And usually that is because either you don't use water when you sand it. I would never do it without water, also because of the dust. So I always use water on my items, and I do it fairly quickly after I demold them. So half an hour, 45 minutes, I will do it. And these different sanding pads, as you can see, they stick to it. So it's fairly easy to just have them here. And this particular one is one of the ones I would start out with, as it has kind of a hard grain to it. So this is, I think it's a 200 grits. But we have different components on this thing, and this thing is called Proxon. I'll link to it after the video so you can see down below. And this is brand new. It's around $250, depending on where you're from, I guess. And it does have sort of, you can turn it on and it's quite noisy, but you can also set how fast it should go. Yeah, there's a reason why it's called a power tool. But one thing I really like about this one is that it has an extension thing you can add as well, so it can actually go deeper. But for now, this is great. I just have like my coaster that I need to sand, so it's perfectly fine. And also these actually come off, and you have other sponges, thingies, polishing buffers you can add as well. This one is absolutely amazing for the wax. I'm not gonna get into the whole sealer thing, that's a different video. But if you have a wax or a sealer of some sort, you can definitely use one of these. This is absolutely perfect. No marks, no nothing. And there's this one as well, also sort of a filled thingy that you can use to add the sealer or wax with it. So I am just gonna start sanding with this new one here. These can also be bought in bulk at AliExpress. I'll add the link. So I will just start. So this is, I'm gonna just put in a while. So here we go. So this is where we speed up the video. I think that was 2 minutes, a little less actually, and we are already at this point. Yeah, and of course there will be some edges around where this thing won't do as well, but for all the sort of the white areas is absolutely perfect. And for the rest, I will just use my hands or whatever to do the rest, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, we're good to go. And then I would absolutely, and even with the 200 grit, it's perfectly fine. I would definitely want to add an even finer grit. With my items, I really don't like the marks. So I will go from 200 up to, got 600, I've got 5,000s, I've got 2,500, 3,000s, and I actually go all the way up to 10,000 depending on the item. But if I want a really smooth surface, I would definitely recommend getting these up to, yeah, this is 1,500. They are so soft and so smooth. It will make your items look absolutely amazing, and no scratches, no nothing. So let's just continue with this one. Backside is a bit rough as well, so we can do that. Here I'll definitely go for something a little more like this one. This is an 80 on the backside because it's terrazzo. It's kind of uneven, and it even works as well if you have these 7.5s. We can just cut them so that they will also work on a 5 centimeter. No worries. Don't use one of your good scissors. This one. All right. So this is quite of a coarse one, heavy duty. Here we go. So that's it. Yep. 10-15 seconds. Perfectly fine. Then we go for the finer one. It's gonna get messy though, so make sure you touch it close. Fine. There we go.